Joining me for this conversation, we have Mr. Bismarck Rewane, is a CEO, MD Financial Derivatives Company. Joins me via Zoom. Great to have you in the show, sir. Good morning.
Good morning, and thank you for having me this.
Yes, sir.
Morning.
Yeah, fantastic, sir. So definitely we did get the data. Everyone was looking out for U.S. CPI, but it did come as expected. The same numbers as expected there. So with inflation easing to 3.4%, does this strengthen the case for the Fed to hold rates in September? What are you making from this latest data?
More likely to hold rather than increase, and that will come in September. But a couple of things are going to happen. We're going to see GDP numbers that are going to come out. But today we had UK GDP higher than expected, to annualize at about 1.1%. That's good news. So if the Bank of England is going to hold rates, the European Central Bank is going to hold rates, and the Federal Reserve is going to hold rates, it means that we'll have a stable external environment. But what's more important to us is that in this period, what we've seen is that our oil production came in at the quarter, OPEC quarter. Our production even fell to about 1.51, but generally speaking, our revenues remain the same. You've seen the price, you just announced it, that the price has come down. And what effect will this have? One is that the Naira remains stable, trading at about, in the parallel market at about 14.30. In the official market, the gap is about almost $60, 60 Naira. But when you now bring it down to what happens to domestic prices and domestic effects, we are watching 5 products. All other commodities remain flat, but these 5 commodities you have to look at. Gari is down by 5% from 20,000 to 19,000 Naira for a bag, 50 kg bag. But 4 commodities increased. The rice has gone up by 3% from 65 to 67,000 Naira. And pepper is up by 75%. Can you believe it? From 80,000 Naira bag to 140,000 Naira bag. The year high was about 150, so we are back almost to the year high. Onions is up by 15% from 130,000 to 150,000. And tomatoes, believe it or not, tomatoes is up by 20% from 100,000 to 120,000 Naira. So inflation numbers are going to come out on Saturday. We expect the inflation numbers to show a slight decline. But watch out for these 4 commodities that are increasing because of the harvest period and the beginning of the August break. And generally speaking, we expect some slow activity in terms of activity. And you know what has happened in the stock market. There's been a rout, a lot of people selling to get cash for the Dangote refinery IPO, which is coming up. So everybody, that's the only game in town. After SpaceX, it's Dangote, and then those are the key things to watch out for in this next week. So Saturday, you will get the inflation numbers coming out slightly lower, but month-on-month inflation increasing. You would see those commodities that I mentioned earlier increasing because of the harvest season, right? Even though it's supposed to come down the other way, but we are seeing gari down and tomatoes, onions, and pepper up. Oil price staying flat at about $89, $90 a barrel, and oil production at about 1.51. Right. Naira stable, and so everything else looks okay for now.
All right, for now, definitely. I'm not looking so bad, but still looking at that output, the oil output, falling to 1.5 million barrels per day. I guess not much to worry, when it comes to, government revenue. But what do you think is causing this shortfall?
No, basically, I think, first of all, we are bound by the quota as an OPEC member. Secondly, the production came down. Basically, I think the markets, there's this whole thing about selling some of your crude to the Dangote refinery and local refiners. So there's been a lot of emphasis on encouraging and incentivizing the local refiners by giving them enough crude, right? And this whole idea, the misconception that if you buy crude in Naira, it is cheaper. The price is still the same effective price. The exchange rate is a fair value. So it doesn't matter whether you pay in Naira or pay in dollars. The whole idea is what is the price. So if the global price is at $90 a barrel, that means today we are selling, I think Dangote and MRS and others are selling at 1,200 Naira per liter of PMS. Diesel is at about 1,600, and aviation fuel is at about 1,300 naira per liter. So basically, there's some stability in the refined refined products market, and that is having an effect on inflation, because once transportation cost stays stable, which is what it is now, then we don't have the knock-on effect in prices of goods in the market, and also production cost for manufacturers. You said it yesterday. Some manufacturers are taking profits, and investors are taking profits because they are scared that earnings may not be as strong as was originally anticipated. But I think there's too much panic again. We should just wait. This is a stable market. Nigeria is the best performing stock market globally, even after discounting for exchange rate changes and all of that. So there's still some room there, but you have to tread cautiously in this time, because when people start rotating their portfolios in favor of the IPO coming in, they will have to sell some stocks, and that sale could actually, some people could lose their shirts if they're not careful.
Right. I guess the right strategy, maybe as a smart investor, maybe hold some, gunpowder on the side. That's talking about cash, so you can buy up
Absolutely.
some of those sales.
Yes, but do not borrow to buy, because
Okay.
if the markets move, then you're going to be lost.
Don't borrow to buy.
Let the trend be your friend. That's what it is.
Yeah. So the loan apps don't go chasing you around if you borrow.
Absolutely. The loan sharks.
The loan sharks.
Okay.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Mr. Rewane. Always great having your perspective. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.